Speaker, I was signaling the Sergeant at Arms to ensure that Ms. Murimi is here to hear her senator contribute to the debate this afternoon. Ms. Murimi, the motion that is before us this afternoon, Speaker, if you allow me to just address a bit.
You may.
Don't be jealous. Mr. Speaker, I was saying that the motion before us seeks to have a resolution of this House to include teachers or people who go for training as teachers in the higher education funding. So as it is right now, there are very few at the tertiary level of education who actually get access to funding. So this is what this House is trying to achieve through this motion. I want to confirm to you, Mr. Speaker, and you already know this, I suspect, I'm a child of a teacher. My mother went to a teacher's training college called Asumbi. Yes, somewhere in Nyanza there, Honorable Speaker. I also want to confirm that I am a product of public education. I am a product of public education. Unlike Ms. Murimi, who has found herself at Braeburn, I went to a primary school called Kakamega Township Primary School, which Senator Khalwale knows very well, in Amalemba. Honorable Speaker, after I finished that, I went to Musingu High School, which Senator Khalwale is very familiar with. And Honorable Speaker, when I qualified to do law at the University of Nairobi, I want to confirm here that I was educated under the support and funding of the Higher Education Loans Board. I also want to confirm that immediately I finished in 2006, 2007, I have been able, because the environment then was such that if you finished university, you would get something to do. I was able to clear my loan before I ever became a candidate for election in 2017. I have a certificate from the Higher Education Loans Board saying that I have cleared all my dues at from the University of Nairobi. Speaker, unfortunately for many Kenyans and young students, that is no longer the case. We saw a report last week in the media that over 500,000 people who have graduated from the universities are unable to service their loans. Mr. Speaker, when I spoke to this issue, because I remember the very first time I got a job, I didn't have to tell HELP that I had gotten a job. Because they had my details, they immediately began deducting HELP. And if there's 500,000 graduates who are unable to start paying back their loan, what that tells you, Honorable Speaker, is that there is a problem. We are graduating people, but there are no opportunities for them to exercise or to get jobs in accordance with what they studied at the universities. We have had fights, debates here, from the political side. You know, we don't belong to the same political camps. There are those who believe that kazi ni kazi, Honorable Speaker. There are those of us who believe that a job cannot just be called a job. We need a job that is commensurate with your training, that can actually uplift you and your family from poverty. Speaker, that same report talks about 90 billion Kenya shillings owed to the Higher Education Loans Board as we speak from people who are unable to pay. Mr. Speaker, therefore, my concern really is we are adding another group of higher education students to this university funding model or higher education funding model that has a lot of challenges. It has a lot of challenges, Honorable Speaker, and I'm wondering whether indeed we are ready and prepared as a country to be able to absorb the new numbers of the teachers who will also come under this program. Speaker, if the Higher Education Loans Board was properly financed, including from receipts of the people who already were beneficiaries and are paying back, I think it is possible for us to be able to add more people. You cannot look anyone in the eye who's looking for higher education at any level, whether it's a teacher or whether they are in KMTC or in these other institutions, and tell them that somehow because you went to the University of Nairobi to study law, you deserved the loan more than them. Because we all come from diverse backgrounds, Honorable Speaker, irrespective of what we decided to pursue at higher level. If you look at the numbers, they are saying, Honorable Speaker, that in 2025-2026 financial year, almost 1.1 million students needed financing. This is according to statistics from the Higher Education Loans Board itself and the university's placement system. But we were only able to finance about 650,000 of those people. Meaning, Honorable Speaker, that for every 3 applicants, 2 of them will get and 1 will miss out. And the data shows, Honorable Speaker, that these numbers have been rising actually. In the previous financial years, we had only maybe 170,000 missing out, then it went to 270, then to 380. And then if you ask, who are these people who are missing out, Speaker, because of the new system that was introduced, if you ask who is missing out, if you are not poor enough to fit into that thing they call means testing, Honorable Speaker, you will miss out. If you lie between not poor enough and not rich enough to be able to pay for your own university fees, those are the people who are missing out on these applications. If you remember, those of us who are beneficiaries of HELB, Honorable Speaker, we would go to, you know, there was a way in which it was ascertained that you are a person of low means. Even our chiefs were involved. You know, Speaker, I told you that I am a beneficiary of HELB. Because of my name, some people think that I come from you know, they say I'm a dynasty. But that is not the truth. Speaker, we were poor. Growing up, we were very poor. Because my father, that's what I'm telling you. If I showed you my mother's payslip, you would weep. You people have more money on M-Pesa than how much money teachers earn in a month. If I check their balances right now. So, Honorable Speaker, can I tell my own story? Why are people heckling me?
Order, Honorable Senators. Order. Senator Fernandi, Senator Joyce Korir, you don't have to give the story of your husband, please.
Yeah. Speaker, if you are here, you have your own parents. You have a mother and a father. You can tell the story of your circumstances growing up. Allow me to tell mine. So, Speaker, at that particular moment in time, they used to involve even the chiefs to be able to ascertain, and there are forms that would be able to fill, to ascertain that you are a person who was eligible for these loans. So, Speaker, we have a situation where that means testing has become a bit problematic, Honorable Speaker. And there have been many complaints, and all of us have had those complaints, that that system is not working in the way that it is supposed to work. They have raised questions about the transparency of that system, of the means testing. It is shrouded in a lot of mystery. People don't know whether it is accurate or whether after that means testing is applied, the result is actually accurate to portray your status in life and whether you deserve this particular financing. So for me, the idea would be this. We as a house, we support a motion such as this because you cannot argue that people who are going to the universities are somehow better deserving than those who go to the KMTCs or the ones who go to the TTCs. We can agree, all of us, that all Kenyan people deserve, if you wanted to pursue higher education or tertiary education, you deserve the support of the Higher Education Loans Board. Speaker, is there enough funding towards education in the country? No. We have demonstrated to you and to this House that there are very serious financing gaps that leave 1 out of 3 applicants unable to access that particular loan. Then, of course, Honorable Speaker, if you listen to the young people, they're also telling us that even the problems we have with the counties in terms of frequency of disbursement, even the disbursement of the loans for those who qualify, is a problem. And therefore, we need to relook at the entire sector. Let us agree that we need to put priority to getting our people good education at the tertiary level and make sure that we resource it properly so that no category is left out. With those many remarks, Honorable Speaker, I support.
Senator Mungatana.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to make my comments on this motion. Mr. Speaker,